Yes, sir.
Had you filled the aquarium to that level while Tingey was here? Was that the highest the tank had been?
No, not usually.
But pretty high.
Pretty high.
So if a beta fish gets oxygen at the top, I implore the jury to believe the following happened. On or about Friday, after the tank was filled to an abnormally high level. At that time, Tingey hadn't seen it before.
Speculation.
As he was getting a breath of air,
Speculation.
he noticed he was the closest to freedom he had ever been.
Speculation.
The aggressive nature of the beta fish caused him to leap
Speculation.
out of the gap by the bamboo plant and, flapping in agony, tumble down to the lower tier of the desk and perish. This was not an act of God. This was an act of aggression by a great fish whose equal won't be known. Thank you, Daniels.
You ain't finished. Defense does not rest. Defense does not rest. Mr. Daniels, when you purchased Beta, how big would you say he was?
A quarter of the size that he was when we found him expired on the
And
table
if you
there.
had to measure that, that would be
Less, probably approximately close to an inch.
Could
a little
you
less
use the
than an inch.
ruler to demonstrate those inches to us, please?
He was in that size category right about there. The width.
So let the
Tip to
court,
tip. Yes,
let
sir.
the court reflect that the witness says the fish was about 1 inch
In length,
in
Yes,
length.
sir.
Okay. And as of Friday,
what was this, a baiting?
as of Friday, what would you say the length of that fish would have been?
Oof. I mean, he could almost touch both sides of his original tank. So, if you hold the ruler up there, I'd say it's probably a good 3 inches.
So you say from 1 inch to 3 inches, so 2 inches in size. And could you use that same ruler to measure that space in which Tingey jumped out of?
Well, if you jumped out of this hole, you've got an 1.5 inch gap from there. And then measuring it from the bottom here, another 12 inches onto that.
Well, no, we're just concerned with the hole in which he came out of the tank.
Oh, the hole. About 1/2 inch.
So the record will reflect that Tingey was 3 inches, but he jumped out of a 1/2 inch hole. Is that correct?
That would be the statement.
The prosecutor rests.
Isn't the Beta's genius a part of the Grammy family?
I would have to say so.
And it says the average size here is 1.5 inches. Isn't that correct?
If that's what that says, but I can tell you there's about 30 different variety of them. He might have been one of the larger variety out there.
If the average size was 1.5 or even 2 inches, what type of food were you feeding him? Normal beta food, right?
Yes, sir.
So unless this beta fish was a freak of nature, and as you say, he was the size of this tank, then we should have called him the Guinness Book of World Records.